It's Beer and Food O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a bottle of Dog's Window Brewery's WitBier, coming in at 4% ABV, called High Five, and we're going to be pairing it with Morrisons large pork and egg pie. Look at the size of this! Huge pie then. First of all, of course, let's get the beer out into a glass. Let's see what we get. Nice, look at the smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass then. Look at that for a WitBier. White beer, WitBier, WitBier. It's very nice. We got about 3 fingers of white head, really light coloured ale, good levels of carbonation rolling up the glass. Let's get the aroma. Oh yeah, that smells really good. A little bit of clove, a bit of spiciness. Maybe, if I'm imagining things, maybe a touch of banana. Oh, it smells really good. Looks really crisp, really refreshing. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh yeah, and it's really good beer. Stone the crows, stone the crows. Just crisp, light, refreshing, 4% ABV. Typical lunchtime style brew for me, 4%. Good carbonation, pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. What I mean by a lunchtime beer is, with it being 4%, you need it to be a little bit respectable. You have things to do in the afternoon. I like a beer at lunchtime, I gotta be honest, and yeah, 4% is perfect. The main point I'm trying to make here is this beer is really flavoursome. There's so much flavour going on in this beer, and they got the style bang on, absolutely bang on. Just really lovely, light, crisp, refreshing. A little bit of biscuit malt, touch of clove, touch of spice. It's a really good beer. And it looks good too. Right, for the pie. Some of you might have come for the pie. Let's see if we can do this in front of the camera. Whoa, look at this. That's a pork and egg pie, if ever I've seen one. Look at the crust on the side. This is how they've been making pies. Well, this is a typical kind of miner's pie, where they originally they would have wrapped the crust around the meat just as a wrap. So you would just pull the crust off and throw it away. But this day and age, of course, we've made the crust a little bit more edible. You know, mining hands or working in the steel works, you're gonna be really grubby, really dirty. Back in the day, I don't know, a couple of 100 years ago, it wasn't, hygiene wasn't as prominent as it is today. Let's dive in. Oh wow. Lots of, you feel like this film of grease around your lips, your tongue, the inside of your mouth, but I'm not going to muck about here. I knew what I was getting myself into buying this pie. It was £1. It was £1. It comes in at, the grammage on this pie, it's quite a weight. It's not, I mean, you're getting your money's worth here for £1, you really are. Jelly, meat, and a whole, look at that, Scotch egg. That's really tasty. Really greasy. I'm not getting away from that. But it goes really well with the beer. Something hearty. Still March out there. Driving back from what I was doing this morning in the van, and I was thinking to myself, oh, maybe when I get home we might have some sunshine, I might be able to go out for a walk. Nah, none of it. None of it. It's hammering down out there. So I thought to myself, I'm not going to go for a walk, I'm going to pour myself a beer and get myself a nice meat pie. Okay. How does it go with the beer? Really well. Really well. What I've been doing these food and beer reviews now, pairings or whatever you want to call them, for a few months now, and I've just typically been looking for beers because I do it on the lunchtime. I make no bones about it. It's not illegal to drink beer at lunchtime, but there's an element of common sense involved as well. I've not gone out in any of these beer and food reviews, and I've not gone out and picked up a double IPA at 8% ABV or an imperial stout or a barley wine. There's times and places, and all these drink aware people and dry January and all this kind of stuff, it doesn't, they never kind of talk moderation, or they never talk common sense. There's an element of common sense that everybody should have when they drink beer, and there's nothing. It's 12 o'clock lunchtime. A minute earlier it would be the morning, but it's 4% ABV. It's not gonna make me go and I don't know, start a riot at lunchtime. Beer's really tasty, pie's really tasty. I like that, I really like that beer. It's definitely a Stone the Crow's beer. Now, let's rate it. I was going to pour, I'm going to do it. Lovely lacing, a little bit of haze. I want to show you what the beer looks like with some of that haze added in. Some of that unfiltered goodness, I call it. With it being a wit beer, I think it's not overly important, but it's part of the style of the beer that you add some of the yeast to the beer, some of the unfiltered goodness, I call it. And it's actually improved the beer. It was a near perfect beer before, but that for me, that's one of the best wit beers I've ever had. And they're based down in Bridgend in South Wales, just down the road, like 20 miles away, 15, 20 miles. That's a lovely beer. I'm going to rate that, I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. The pie, will I eat it all? I don't think I need to eat it all, but I'll share some with the dog. I reckon the pie, nice hearty pie, it's a 7 out of 10. For £1, you can't go wrong. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!